Vishnupad Paramhansa Parivajikacharya Ashtottarshat Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Shila Prabhupada की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय, जमुना माई की जय, भक्तिमती तुलसी महारानी की जय, समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Shri Guru ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai. So, if we want to read the translation, anyone would like to read the translation?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
I want to read the first one.
Yes,
the two lords, Nitai Gaurachandra, are very merciful. They are the essence of all incarnations. The specific significance of these incarnations is that they introduced a process of chanting and dancing that is simply joyful. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else?
My dear brother, I request that you just worship Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda with firm conviction and faith. If one wants to be Krishna conscious by this process, one has to give up his engagement in sense gratification. One simply has to chant Hare Krishna without any motive. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Next.
Krishna.
Yes.
My dear brother, just try to examine this. Within the three worlds, there is no one like Lord Chaitanya or Lord Nityananda. Their merciful qualities are so great that upon hearing them, even birds and beasts cry and stone melt. Sorry.
Last one.
But Lochan Das regrets that I am entrapped by sense gratification. Since I have no attraction for the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, then Yamaraj, the superintendent of death, is punishing me by not allowing me to be attracted by this movement. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you, all the devotees, for reading the translation. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, in our tradition, we always chant Mangalacharan prayers before discussing any kind of spiritual topic. This Mangalacharan gives us all auspiciousness and also attracts the benedictions and blessings from all those Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas who have given us this treasure of knowledge to all of us. So let's just pray to them. Om Agyanatimirhandasya Gyananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Paschadeshitarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. So thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity to speak on the glories of Sri Caitanya Caritamrita this morning. Sri Caitanya Caritamrita is the combination of the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as well as the teachings which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu imparted at number of occasions to different philosophers as well as to his associates. And these teachings forms the basis of the philosophy which Gaudiya Vaishnavacharyas have given us in the forms of several books as Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta. So this Caitanya Caritamrita, many times we have discussed, is given to us by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, a very exalted Vaishnava. In Adi Leela, this Caitanya Caritamrita has been divided into three portions, Adi Leela, Madhya Leela, and Ante Leela, describing about the life of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in the starting of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter number 3, Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he is giving the external reasons for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to descend in this material world. And if we see the external reasons, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is depicting throughout his life till Madhya Leela, how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is imparting instruction based on the reasons which Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has mentioned in chapter 3, those external reasons for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to descend in this material world. And those are three external reasons, which the external reasons are broadly classified into three main portions. First is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came on the calling of Sri Advaitacharya in order to fulfill the desire of his unalloyed pure devotee, Advaitacharya. Second is to establish Yuga Dharma, chanting of holy name. And the third is to give Vraj Prema to all the people of Kali Yuga. So these are the three external reasons which has been described in Adi Leela. And we can see in our current chapter, the liberation of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how nicely these three reasons Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are giving in practice to the devotees. And the internal reasons, which has been discussed many times before, of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to descend in this world, has been displayed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his later 18 years of his life, and basically compiled in Ante Leela. So external reasons, right? So Yuga Dharma, chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So we have seen already in this chapter the liberation of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, where Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was an expert Mayavadi leader. So so many sannyasis of Mayavadi school used to be his students. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fainted after taking darshan of Sri Jagannath Ji in Jagannath Puri, and from there it all started. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he took care of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's relative Gopinath Acharya tried to convince Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than the Supreme Personality of God Himself. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and his disciples denied the fact, or denied the arguments, or refused the arguments which Gopinath Acharya was putting in front. And Gopinath Acharya clearly mentioned this statement that without the mercy of the Supreme Lord, there is no possibility of anybody to understand his glories. And now we have already seen in past couple of verses that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he changed the point of view of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya by giving so many logical arguments from the scriptures. And he convinced Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya about the personal form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And not only that, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also displayed his form of Sri Krishna in front of Sri Chaitanya, in front of Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And now Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he is a Vaishnava. His entire philosophy of Mayavad school just rotated completely. And now Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is a staunch believer of Vaishnava philosophy as taught by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to him. So we can see that what Gopinath Acharya was talking in previous verses are getting are taking its place in itself, because without the mercy of the Supreme Lord, it's not possible for anybody to understand the Supreme Lord. That's what Gopinath Acharya has said. And now we have seen that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he understood the philosophy of Vaishnav Siddhanta. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So it's very difficult to convince anybody. In this day and age, we can see that there are people who are coming from different philosophical schools. And when we discuss our philosophy with them, it's very hard for us to convince the other person, specifically if the other person belongs to some other school of philosophy. So, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he convinced the leader of Mayavad school of Shankaracharya disciplic succession about the Vaishnav philosophy and how it happened, and why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed such mercy on Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. We are going to read in these verses today. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in previous verses that what is the best limb of bhakti for the execution of devotional practice. So it has been discussed in the last session that there are various angas or the limbs of bhakti which has been given to us. And Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam, given to us in 27th by Sri Prahlad Maharaj. And these are further divided into 64 angas of bhakti in Rupa Goswami's Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. And in Hari Bhakti Vilas, there are several innumerable angas or the limbs are given. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu clearly explained to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya that chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, what is the Yug Dharma? Chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came? To establish the Yuga Dharma or the religion of this age of Kali. Of chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We can see the similarity, the external reason of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to descend, and here what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving the instruction, both are matching. So the reason of, that's why I brought this external reasons of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to descend in this material world. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu clearly explained that chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the main limb of bhakti through which you can follow the, through which you can progress in your devotional practice. There were other details also which were discussed in last session. So now taking from that, I'm going to share my screen and we are going to read further. So we have, so this is the verse for today. So last in 243, we read Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very elaborately explained the Harer Nam verse of Brahan Naradiya Purana, and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was struck with wonder to hear his explanation, as it was already being discussed that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu earlier also described the Atmaram verse in various ways in front of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. This Atmaram verse is a very famous verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. And now Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu elaborated, explained explaining the importance of chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very elaborately explained the Hare Nam verse to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was stuck with wonder to hear his explanation. Till now, we covered last Wednesday. So now today, we are going to start from verse 244. Prabhuji, are you available to read?
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna. গোপীনাথাচার্য বলে আমি পূর্বে যে কহিলা শুনো ভট্টাচার্য তোমার সেই তো হইলা।
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gopinath Acharya reminded Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, my dear Bhattacharya, what I foretold to you has now taken place. Purport. Previously, Gopinath Acharya had informed Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya that when he would be blessed by the Lord, he would thoroughly understand the transcendental process of devotional service. This prediction was now fulfilled. The Bhattacharya was fully converted to the cult of Vaishnavism, and he was following the principles automatically without being pressured. In the Bhagavad Gita 240, it is therefore said, Swa alpam api asya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Simply by performing a little devotional service, one can escape the greatest danger. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya had been in the greatest danger because he had adhered to Mayavad philosophy. Somehow or other, he came into contact with Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and became a perfect devotee. In this way, he was saved from the great fall down of impersonalism. We can see in the purport that how much Srila Prabhupada is stressing on this fact that the philosophy of impersonalism is actually a spiritual suicide. So this human form of life many times have been explained that it's very difficult to obtain. This human form of life is so difficult to obtain and is a real accomplishment for this Jivatma, for this living entity. And even after achieving this human form of life, a person who is a spiritual seeker or who has a quest in himself to understand the spiritual logics or spiritual principle, or who want to perform self-realization, for this person, for this living entity, if this living entity who has gotten this rare accomplishment of human form of life still is going towards impersonalism, he is committing a spiritual suicide. Last time we also discussed that in Mahabharat, when Yaksha and there is a conversation between Yaksha and yeah, Yudhishthir. And after asking Yudhishthir this particular question, what is the most amazing thing in this world? Astonishment. Yudhishthir Maharaj replied back that everybody is dying, but still the person, a person who is living, he thinks that I will never going to die. I am immortal. But in our scriptures, it has been given that there is one more astonishment beyond this, and this astonishment is after getting the human form of life, after getting this tongue, this jiva, this tongue, and this tongue is our sense which is under our control, and the Bhagwan Nam, the names of the Supreme Lord, is so easily, readily available. This tongue is not reciting the name of the Supreme Lord. And this human, after getting this human form of life and all these facilities, a living entity is managed to go into hell. So that means that this is the most astonishing thing. And that's what Srila Prabhupada is saying here, that going into impersonalism is a greatest danger, Better than impersonalists are the people who are atheist. If we see atheists, they somewhere in their heart, subtly they accept that the Lord is there. And that's why they keep denying the fact that the Supreme Lord is existing. So better than being impersonal, going on the path of impersonalism, atheism is better. But better than everything is to accept the path of bhakti yoga. Hmm? And we are going to discuss more on it. Let's just read next verse 245.
ভট্টাচার্য কহে তারে করি নমস্কারে, তোমার সম্বন্ধে প্রভু কৃপা কইল মোরে।
Translation. Offering his obeisances to Gopinath Acharya, the Bhattacharya said, because I am related to you and you are my devotee, by your mercy, the Lord has shown mercy to me. Very, very important point. Very important point in the life of devotee. Very, very important point. And I want to talk about it. So for a time being, I'm going to stop sharing the screen. So that the concentration should be on. Okay. It's not stopping. That's okay. So very important point. The association of devotee is very important. Are you able to hear me? Sorry.
It's
Yes,
cutting a little bit,
you.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
We can hear you,
Hare
but it
Krishna.
broke in between. But we can
Okay,
hear
the
you,
connection
Mataji.
is okay. You can hear. Okay, so that's great. Okay. Because I cannot see it here. Okay. Association of devotee, and through association of devotee, how a person gets elevated in his spiritual life. It's a very, very important point. And we can see at many places in Srimad Bhagavatam, also Krishna has mentioned this about the importance of association. Madhurya Kadambani, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he is mentioning the cause of bhakti, how bhakti arises in a life of a person. And there he is mentioning very clearly that the credits from the pious activities, credit from the pious activity cannot be the cause of bhakti, because otherwise bhakti can become the servant of the reactions of the or the credits from the pious activities. So pious activities cannot be the cause of bhakti. And Lord Krishna, he cannot be the cause of bhakti either. He cannot be the cause of bhakti either. Why? Because if Lord Krishna is giving bhakti to one person and not giving bhakti to other person, then in that case,
Can't hear you, Mataji, anymore.
Mataji, we cannot hear you. We cannot hear you.
I'm sorry, I think there is some problem in my internet connection here. So I just give me a minute. Okay. Maybe try to read.
No, we can again got cut.
Now you can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened to my internet connection. Okay, so I was talking about that this is a very important point of association of a devotee. Association with the association of devotee, mercy flows very frequently. And in Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, in his Madhurya Kadambani, he is mentioning this fact about in the first shower. He is giving how the bhakti comes into a life of a devotee, or how a bhakti comes in a life of a human being. So pious credits cannot be the reason, because otherwise bhakti can become the servant of pious credits. And Lord Krishna cannot be the reason, because otherwise he is going to get the fault of discriminating or being partial with some people and some other people, right? But bhakti, it comes from the heart of a Param Swatantra Bhakta who are Madhyama Adhikari, who are devotees of the Lord, who comes under on the level of Madhyama Adhikari, and they have the ability to discriminate. They have the ability to discriminate to whom they can give bhakti and to whom they can not give bhakti. If we know the definition of Madhyama Adhikari is that Madhyama Adhikari discriminate between people. He is a friend of devotee, and he is very, very compassionate towards those people who are lower than this Madhyama Adhikari, and he becomes friend with those who are on the same level. He gives respect to seniors, just like that. So this Madhyama Adhikari, he is the one who is responsible for giving bhakti to a human being, or to a person who is coming straight from the material life. And this devotee, this Madhyama devotee, he is the one he's the one who has the ability, to rule the heart of the Supreme Lord. That means the Supreme Lord agrees, or Supreme Lord follows this devotee, and he allows this devotee to impart bhakti to other human beings. So that's what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in first shower of Madhurya Kadambani is explaining, that this reason of getting bhakti or getting my sakshatkar, or getting the darshan of the Supreme Lord, or the bhakti of Supreme Lord, is coming from the heart of a bhakta who is carrying bhakti in his heart, and he is the reason. And now we can see in 11th canto. In 11th canto, Bhagwan Shri Krishna, he is explaining to Uddhava. He is explaining to Uddhava in chapter number 12. And he is saying, from verses 1 to 2, he is saying, Uddhava, there is a secret of attaining me. And this secret is that the association of devotees. Once a person get into the association of a devotee, that person is going to achieve my lotus feet. And that's the secret, Uddhava. And then later on in verses 3 to 6 of 12th chapter, verses 3 to 6 of 12th chapter, Krishna, he is saying what? That Uddhav, in every yuga, many living entities, whether they are in the body of a demon, Daitya, Rakshasa, birds, animals, beasts, Gandharva, Apsaras, Naga, Siddha, Charanas, or Vidyadhara, and also low-class human beings, like Vaishyas and Shudras, etc. They were able to achieve my supreme abode. How? just by the association of devotee. You can read this chapter. It's a very wonderful chapter in which Krishna is explaining Uddhava beyond renunciation and knowledge. The title of this chapter is. And here Krishna is explaining very well. And Krishna is giving names of the people, of the devotees. Vritasura. We can see in Bhagavatam, Vritasura, he was who? Chitraketu. Maharaj Chitraketu in his previous life. And in previous life, he got the association of who? In previous life, he got the association of Narad Muni and Angira Rishi. And he attained the lotus feet of Supreme Lord, Lord Sankarsana. And after he got these curse from Mother Parvati, still he accepted it with his own whole open heart. And how the change happened with Maharaj Chitraketu with the association of devotee. And Prahlad Maharaj, a very famous story, Narad Muni, who explained or who recited Srimad Bhagavatam to his mother when Prahlad Maharaj in the womb. And also Krishna in that particular verse, from text 3 to 6 of chapter 12 of Canto 11, he is mentioning the names of various devotees like Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj, who the connection of Bali Maharaj was with Prahlad Maharaj. Banasura. These stories all come in Srimad Bhagavatam. Banasura, he also had the connection of Bali Maharaj because Banasura was the son of Bali Maharaj. So he got the darshan of the Supreme Lord. And also Gajendra. Gajendra, he was Maharaj Indradumna before his previous life, in his previous life. And this King Indradumna, he got the association of a rishi. And because of that, in next life, in Gajendra, he was able to see the Supreme Lord. And Kubja, also Krishna is mentioning in this particular verse. I'm not taking the names of all the personalities which Krishna is mentioning in this particular shloka 11, 12, 3 to 6, because there are so many stories, so many names. But in order to prove the importance of the devotee association just for a moment, how important it is, Krishna is giving all these examples. Krishna is also mentioning about Kubja. He is saying Kubja also, she got my association just with the association of devotee. Now we have never heard this, that where Kubja in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is no mention. But in Bhakti Sandarbha, our Jiva Goswami, he is mentioning in Anucheda number 238 to between 238 to 247, the story of Kubja, that this Kubja, she got the association of Narad Muni in his previous life. And there is a particular scripture which he is mentioning, I think Mathura Mahatmya, in which this has been mentioned. So that's why Krishna is taking the name of Kubja in this particular verse number 3 to 6 from 12th chapter of 11th canto. And also Krishna is taking the names of gopis in Vrindavan. Krishna is saying gopis in Vrindavan, they were not Vedantis. They were not the most charitable people. They were not austere people. But still, they got my association. They got my association they got my association. Why? Because of the mercy of devotees. Now, this was really confusing for me when I was reading, because gopis, they are Nitya Siddha Bhaktas. But if we go in Ujjwal Neelamani, there Sri Rupa Goswami is mentioning the types of gopis. And there were some types of gopis which are called Nava gopis. And these gopis are the gopis who were new in their practices, and they are like living entities like us, who have performed, who have reached till the bhava, and then they got a human form of life in the planet where Krishna is performing his leelas. And these gopis and this living entity get the bodies of gopis, and after marriage they go into the Vrajdham or in Vrindavan. And with other Nitya Siddha gopis like Radhika, Lalita, Vishakha, Chandravali, Sabya, Tarika, Palika, and all these, These gopis, after getting the association of Nitya Siddha Bhaktas, become so pure that they get the association of Krishna and got the chance to dance in Rasa Leela. And one other personalities which Krishna is mentioning are the wives of Brahmanas. These wives of Brahmanas, they were very fortunate. These wives of Brahmanas, they were so fortunate that only by the association of the hearing from the qualities of the Lord, qualities of the Lord from some sages, they became so attracted with Krishna and Balaram that after Krishna and Balaram came to the forest nearby, and we know the story of Brahman Patnis, how they just ran from their house with all the preparation and offered to Krishna. So Krishna in this particular chapter, chapter number 12, is mentioning the importance of devotee association. And devotee association, the devotee association does not mean that, physical proximity with a devotee 24/7. Even lava matra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says, when he is imparting instructions to Sanatana Goswami in Madhya Leela, chapter number 22nd, we are going to read further in our later classes. There is a very famous verse, sadhu sangha sarva shastra kahe, lava matra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained this, the importance of sadhu sangha to Sanatana Goswami. And we have read, right, in Canto 3rd, chapter number 10, calculation of time. I'm sure that most of the people come on the call in Srimad Bhagavatam classes. So there we learnt what is the calculation of lava, even less than a second, right? Lava is very, very small churn. Moment of association with devotee has such a great impact. Such a great impact. And not only that, we can see if we go in Canto 3rd, chapter 20, Canto 3rd, I think chapter 23rd, where Mother Devhuti is talking with Kapil Muni. Kapil Muni is explaining Mother Devhuti all the about the importance of devotee association. There, Mother Devhuti, she spoke a verse, a very wonderful verse. And she said, "Oh Lord, even a moment of association with a materialistic can become a cause of bondage." We can see in the life of Ajamila. Moment of association with a materialistic can become a cause of bondage. And whereas the unconscious association, unconscious moment association with a devotee can become the cause of liberation. Just like in the case of Ajamila, we can see he did what? He did Namabhasa. He took the name of the Lord without any love, without any affection, without thinking that this is Narayana's name, but still Vishnu Duta appears. So that's the glory of associating with devotees. And as I said, that not only once, I have given references from Caitanya Caritamrita, from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, from Uddhava Gita, which is a very, very philosophical section of the entire Bhagavatam. And also Kapil Muni, the Samvad, Kapil Devhuti Samvad, the conversation between Kapil Muni and Devhuti. Kapil Muni is explaining the importance of devotee association very, very wonderfully to Mother Devhuti. To Mother Devhuti. So it's very important for all of us to understand that this is, when we talk about all these things, devotee association, it's not a very weightless thing. Devotee association, it is very, very important in the life of a devotee. Devotee association, if we see in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, there is a verse, important verse which describe the stages, of bhakti. And what is that verse? Comes in 1 4, 15 and 16. Adau Shraddha Tato Sadhu Sangha Bhajan Kriya Tato Nartha Nirviti Syat Tato Nishta Ruchi Tataha. Atha Shaktis Tato Bhavas Tata Prema Bhi Yuanachati. So the Ado, the word Ado, the very first word in this Ado means what? Jiva Goswami is giving commentary on this verse. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has also given commentary. Not only commentary, by taking this verse, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has created Madhurya Kadambani. Explaining this verse. So the word Ado in this, what is the meaning? Is the preliminary sadhu sangha or the association of devotees in the beginning, even before having Shraddha. Association of the devotee is so important. Because of the association of devotee in the beginning, the faith develops. And then this Shraddha, the Shraddha, what is the meaning of Shraddha? Firm trust in the injunctions of Shastras, Shastrartha Vishwasa. So prior to that, preliminary, Adau is the initial sadhu sangha. When we come to ISKCON temple, some devotee, he or she comes to us, talks to us, become our friend, and talks to us about all the things of process of devotional service. And with the attachment of that particular devotee, our Shraddha, our faith start increasing. So this faith or Shastrartha Vishwasa or the firm faith in the scriptures come with the initial sadhu sangha. And then Tatha Sadhu Sangha. The second sadhu sangha is the more deeper one, where we associate with the like-minded devotee or the devotees whom we see as our leaders or shiksha gurus, diksha gurus, like that. So this sadhu sangha is so important. Sadhu Sangha is so important that everybody, all the acharyas, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here, we can see Gopinath Acharya, because of the association of Gopinath Acharya, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya got the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this sadhu Sangha is very important. And we hear the importance of sadhu Sangha everywhere, association of devotees. But fortunately or unfortunately, what we are doing right now, on the name of association, we are getting associated ourselves with all sorts of people. Actually, this is like association is taking their opinions, basically what the other person is doing, what the other person are doing in his life, taking the opinion, taking the inspiration, right? So it's like if I'm a Hare Krishna devotee, I'm chanting, I'm doing so many things, but I'm also engaged in my material life. I love to watch movies, I love to eat out, I love to do this, I love to do that, all these things. Now I'm a devotee. The other person who is a devotee, the other person is associating with me, and we are saying, oh, we are in a group of devotees. My friends are all devotees. Although we all are eating out onion and garlic, we all are going for the movies, and this is what we call sadhu sangha. That we are, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself said, sadhu sangha sarva shastra ka hai, love matra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hai. My siddhi, my perfection is perfect, is confirmed now. Why? Because I'm associating with devotees. But is this the definition of the sadhu? So for that, our definition of the sadhu should be very, very clear. Gopinath Acharya, he was a perfect devotee, perfect sadhu. He knew the supremacy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And with so much confidence, he know that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he realized it too, that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So where to go? Where to go to know who is our, to whom we should take our association? The answer to that, see, our Shastras are giving answers to everything. We don't have to ask, we don't have to speculate. We don't have to speculate. So answer to this is given to us by Kapil Muni in his Kapil Dev in his in Canto 3rd, chapter number 25th, the glories of devotional service. where we can read, where we can read from text 20 to 27. Text 20 to 27, where Sri Kapil Muni is explaining to Mother Devahuti that associating with the self-realized devotee is what going to open the doors for liberation, not the Sayujya Mukti or the liberation where I'm going to merge in the Brahman, but he's talking about how a person can cut these fangs of material covering. And the qualities of devotees, Sri Kapil Muni is explaining in verses 21, 22, 23, 24. He is saying in verse number 21, Titikshiva Karunikaha, Suhirda Sarva Dehinam, Ajata Shastra, Ajata Shatravaha Santaha, Sadhava Sadhu Bhushana. What is the quality or what is the ornament, characteristics of a sadhu? The symptoms of a sadhu are that he is tolerant, merciful, friendly. I'm reading from the translation. To all living entities. He has no enemies. He is peaceful. He abides by the scriptures. And all his characteristics are sublime. This is verse number 21. Verse number 21, 25th chapter of 3rd canto. Kapil Muni is explaining the qualities of a sadhu. And 22nd also he's saying, Mai anyena bhavena bhaktim kurvanti ye dridam mat krite tyakta karmanasya tyaktva swajana bandhava. I'm reading the translation. Such a sadhu engages in staunch devotional service to the Lord without deviation. For the sake of the Lord, he renounces all other connections, such as family relationships and friendly acquaintances within the world. That's what Sri Kapil Muni is explaining to Mother Devahuti, that who is a sadhu with whom we have to associate. And further he says, engaged constantly in my chanting. This sadhu is always filled in my thoughts of my pastimes. This is a sadhu to whom we should take our association with. Kapil Muni, he is saying, oh my mother, these are the qualities of great devotees. You must seek attachment to such holy men, because attachment or association with such people are going to give you the liberation or liberation from the material fangs. So this is the sadhu sangha which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is talking about to Sanatana Goswami. Sadhu sangha, sarva shastra kahe. Every shastra is talking about the sadhu sangha. Lava matra sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi hai. It's not that, you like something, I like something, let becomes friend. And because I am on the slippery slope, let's you also go to the slippery slope. We all go on the slippery slope together. No. So this is the kind of sadhu we should be associating. But that does not mean that others who might be on my level or not the level, who are practicing devotees, aspiring devotees, we just stop talking to them. No, it's not the thing. We should be friends with everybody and try to take the essence from the life of a practicing devotee also. That how nicely this person is practicing, how nicely this person is attending Mangala Aarti, how nicely this person is reading, how nicely this person is understanding Shastras, how nicely this person is doing this. So we should be taking the perfect association from all devotees like that. Not like how this person is engaging himself into material sense gratification after becoming a devotee. And at the same time, we should not be of the judgmental mentality of judging anybody, because this human form of life again goes back is very important, very, very important. And because of that, this human form of life, let's just try to make fence around our bhakti, around our process of bhakti, so that without any offenses, without any aparadas, we can go on smoothly by taking the right association of devotees. So let's just read one more verse, and then we are going to. So we just read this, and now Bhattacharya has explained that because of the association of Gopinath Acharya, it was very wonderful that he got to get the mercy of the Lord. And we have proved this by giving so many examples from Srimad Bhagavatam as well as from Caitanya Caritamrita. Okay. 246.
তুমি মহাভাগবত আমি তর্ক অন্ধে প্রভু কৃপা কইল মোরে তোমার সম্বন্ধে
You are a first-class devotee, whereas I am in the darkness of logical arguments. Because of your relationship with the Lord has bestowed his benediction upon me. The same thing which Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is giving in Madhurya Kadambini first hour. That with the relationship with the devotee, the Supreme Lord becomes the servant of that particular devotee who has the ability to distinguish between the people and give the mercy. And the Supreme Lord gives the bestow his benediction, his mercy onto the devotee who is very, very close to the heart of the Lord. And this Bhakti Maharani is very independent. This Bhakti Maharani has the same qualities as the Supreme Lord, independent, Swarat. Our Supreme Lord is Swarat. But this Swarat become controlled, or this Swarat get controlled by the devotees, by the love of the devotees. And by getting association of that particular kind of devotee, the qualities of that sadhu, which we just read from 3rd canto, chapter number 25, those qualities from 20 to 27, and Shri Kapil Muni is talking to Mother Devahuti, that such kind of association of such devotee can open the door for liberation. That liberation is not, again, the impersonal liberation we are talking about, liberation from the material fangs. Okay, and maybe, okay, last words, Prabhuji.
বিনয় শুনে তুষ্টে প্রভু কইল আলিঙ্গন কহিল যাহা করো ঈশ্বর দর্শন
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very pleased with this humble statement. After embracing the Bhattacharya, he said, now go see Lord Jagannath in the temple. All right. So that's it for today. We have covered the glories of association with devotee. And I'm sorry because of some internet problem connection. I'm going to check it later. There were problems, disturbances in the class. So if you like anything, that's because of my Guru Maharaj, my Siksha Guru, my Diksha Guru, and other senior Vaishnavas, and our Acharyas who have given us this information, this knowledge, wonderful knowledge in the books. I'm very, very grateful to all of you for being so patient with the problems in internet also. Thank you so much for listening so kindly. And if there are any questions or any corrections, I'm ready for that. Definitely, I have made so many mistakes in my presentation. I'm a human being with 4 defects. So if there is any correction, I would like to hear it at this point of time. And I'm again sorry for all the disturbances for today. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, say
Krishna.
wonderful class.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yes, we do indeed. We have to have a association with devotee. Association is very important. If we have devotee association, we'll learn more things. Suppose if I know something, it may be correct or may not be correct. If I have devotee association, I can listen to that whether I'm thinking correct or not. That's very important. So that is the main thing. You know, we cannot say that, oh God, that devotee may not be knowing that much, and they are telling that a lot of things, but it's not. It may not be correct. Like that, that feeling should be there.
Yeah.
So when we are listening to a devotee, just trust on that devotee, and then just try to know what she or he is telling differently, or anything which I can grasp from there. That is very important thing. That is the devotee association.
But at the same time, we should be referring from the scriptures
Yeah,
whenever we are speaking anything, because whatever I'm saying has no value. Actually, whatever is given by our acharyas,
that's true.
it's the value. So many times we have seen in India, especially, that there are so many people who are telling stories and
Mhm.
talking about the spiritual content, but they are misleading the
Yeah,
um, they are misleading the audience, unfortunately. But if we have pramana, if we have shastra pramana, then in that case, what we are saying have the authenticity in it. So it's important for us and for our own learning also. It's not the question we
yeah.
need to put forward that you are not saying correct, but for our own understanding, if there is something new, we should go into and dig into the references
Ah,
there is saying, and we should say for our own learning, so that "Oh, okay, this acharya is saying this, wonderful. Now I'm going to apply into my life." This should be the
that's.
focus.
And if the acharya is saying any other scriptures, pramanas, and everything, so try to go into that and read that. Then, if you don't have belief, also have belief.
So whatever acharyas are given, Mataji, in the books, they are quoting the
Yeah,
verses from scriptures right there. We don't have to even go some anywhere. So that's the beauty of the literature which all the acharyas have given to us, our Vaishnav Gaurya, Vaishnava acharyas. They are giving the correct verse right there from Padma Puran, Vishnu Puran, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, right there. This is
yeah.
the verse they are quoting and then explaining.
And then when we have something, like Prabhupada said, oh, why he said, he just says everything where from he is saying. And then if we read Bhagavad Gita, then we will know
Yeah.
that
For
whether
our
it is correct or not. If we want to check also.
I think we
That
should not be checking. We should be doing it
no, what
thoroughly
I'm saying is that is some normally
for
people
the
will have that kind
yeah.
of mentality.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, but Prabhupada, why he says as it is, he just got the Bhagavad Gita as it is from Krishna's mouth.
Yes.
That's all. We have to believe on that.
Thank you,
Thank you
Mataji.
very much, ma.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Any other corrections or comments, anything before we go? If not, then thank you so much for joining today's call. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha
कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank God.